I am creation. I am animation. I am the brightest, vibrant star in all of the constellations. I am Zip, Pepper's ass, Punch, Bounce, Moxie, Mojo, whatever you call it. I am. Ache, 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 ache. Ache, 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 ache. Ache, 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 ache. Ache, 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 ache. Hola. Ache. Today is March. Wait. May. May 12th, 2023. It's Friday. I felt inspired to close out the sacral-chakra, something that we haven't really been doing in this in these sessions of spiritual cleanse. The 9 chakra spiritual cleanse has changed my entire life. Oh, and it has prepared me for everything that is happening in my life, and it's just been something that, you know, it kind of feels like, oh my goodness, would you open up with this one, to myself, because for the past, since April 1st, which is when we started, it's been, new things pop up. When you intend to heal, it is a powerful thing because the universe responds, and it responds immediately. So I wanted to talk about how, in closing this session of the sacral chakra, what we want to remember, and I hesitate when I'm speaking because I've been called to change everything, change it, make it new, do it different, let go of everything that was, redesign yourself to be who it is that you want to be in all aspects. And when you decide to do that for yourself, it takes over. And it means that you're looking at every aspect of yourself, not just the fun parts, not just the pretty parts, the deep parts that that have been hidden. I speak a lot about self-healing and putting yourself first and making sure that you don't hide behind helping others. And so in my mind, that looked like a certain way. So it was like, okay, so I'm not doing that because I'm not doing this like this. But when you step outside of yourself and really take a deeper look, when you unbusy yourself, with what everybody else has going on and what you have to do for other people, and you really find, with the what is it, with a fine tooth comb. You're looking at everything within yourself. Things are gonna pop up, and you can't ignore it. And for me, I saw that, and it's been, you know, it's not anything that I regret. It's just seeing how it is now and seeing what is happening in my life and how I want to move forward. All of the signs have been, it's time to let go and just really truly focus on yourself and what this means. To be able to do this work and reflect it is really important. So, what I'm doing with Master Vibration 13, and I've always said it, it's not something just for now. This is something that's forever. This is something that I came here to do because I recognize the power of this concept and it being put into action, what can happen. And I recognize that I am the example of that, because this vision came on me this way. And a lot of times I see things in other people and I just want to move so fast. I'm like, come on, let's get it, you know? And everybody has their own experience, and you can, you know, you can't take people with you. And that's been the lesson for a very long time, from my family to every everyone in different aspects of my family, from my own offspring to the parents that birthed me. Well, one is an ancestor and one is still here. And it's just a lot of things when it comes to the sacral chakra, and you start really saying, I want to heal that. I want to um uh activate it, but activate it in a positive direction, because you can activate your sacral, and when things are not um as clear as they could be in there, you could be activating it in another direction. So, and this is something that happens a lot. I mean, it definitely has happened with me, and this is why I'm able to talk about it, because it's my experience. And the sacral chakra was something that has been put in my everything to focus on permanently. It's like the damage that has been done to this space is immeasurable. And so the work that has to be done in the space is constant and consistent. And so I recommend, and I think that everybody's going to do everybody should do what they feel inspired to do, what they feel connected to doing. But I will say that for me, the sacral chakra is an ongoing, it's a constant, it's something that I've that I've been drawn to even before I was aware of what a chakra was. And it plays such a strong role in who I am. I'm super creative. And I've created so many things. And, all of those things that I created haven't always been wonderful things. But I recognize the power of my creation, and I have to take accountability for all of it. And then when I look at it even deeper, it's like, oh, it's all great. It really is fantastic, because once you recognize what the objective is, which is to learn yourself and to recognize who you are and be who you are, then everything reflects differently. Everything, you could look at it from a different angle. You see that everything that has happened had to be for your own awareness, for your own self knowledge. But I said that I was going to make a point and I didn't make it, so I'm going to make it now. That I'm very careful of what I say to people in terms of their healing, because it's not my way, it's your way. And it's always, well, that's how it's supposed to be, except for your way, our way, has always reflected other people's thoughts and desires, other people's ideas. I just saw something skipping by, I think it was yesterday. It had to be online. And it said, I don't know, I think it was Oprah talking about how 92% or 96% of society was created to be broke. That was embedded in them. And I heard that, but it was one of the, like when you're looking at something and it comes on, I wasn't really trying to hear it. I'm I wasn't trying to hear it, but I saw it, and it's like just that quickly you get information, and it brought me to a place of just really how important it is to be with yourself and to be away from the static that is happening on the internet, because there's just so much information in all angles. It just really depends on what it is that you're connected to, and you're going to find it. So even if it's something pleasant and wonderful, you're still going to find it on there. Whether it's music, whether it's a movie, a song, a video, a vibration, whatever it is that you're looking for, that you're seeking to find, you are going to find it on the internet, on the World Wide Web. You will. And so it's important to know that just because it looks good and it feels good in that moment, it doesn't mean that it is good for your body or your mind. Because they'll sneak in when you're having a meditation. They'll sneak in when you're, just zoning into, a beautiful video about an animal that makes you happy and makes you smile. They sneak in with the low vibrational energy, with the ads, and different ways of ads, because everybody's getting paid to promote something. So people are going to say something, and they've gotten very smart. It's like they'll get you where it connects right to your sacral-chakra, your creative side, and you're seeing the difference in the organicness of a person. Is organicness a word? I think so. Of a person, and how it just connects to all of your energy centers to get your attention. And ultimately, that's what they want. They want your attention. They want your energy. They want your ache. They want your chi. They want you to be on that phone. They want you to be in front of that computer. They want you to be outside of nature. And there's definitely many of us that are going in and out. You go in and out because that's what you're supposed to do. It's a very powerful force, this internet. It's so powerful. When you become more sensitive, you know what amount of time you can spend, because it will literally start to make you ill, and you feel it. And it's like, you would think that with all the orgone energy batteries in here, I mean, I guess that's what makes me be able to sustain what I do sustain. But everything in me is saying, get out. This ain't it. I love being outside of the space. When I first, decided to get off of, well, when I was told that it's time to get off of social media, it was a lonely place, because you're not in that world anymore. So now you're in your own world, and in the world that you're creating through your energy. And a lot of time it's not conscious. But then when you recognize that everything outside is a reflection of what's inside, then you got to stop and think. And then you start paying attention to everything that you're doing. So my day goes by super duper fast. And I still do spend time looking at different things, but I don't spend all of my time. I don't spend a majority of my time doing those things. And that's just because it's my time to do this now. So I'm very careful of telling other people to do it like me, to do what I'm doing, because you can't, because you're not. So this is just my expression of this time now and my offering to whoever puts ears on this and recognizes the power of your energetic system, your chakras. For the sake of those who may be listening to this for the first time ever, I am SCG13. I minister SCG13. That's what the I am is for. Oh, it's funny when I'm here and Solution's not in here. It takes me a little bit longer to regroup because he's my eyes. I did want to say before, I wanted to, for the sake of some of you that are listening to this for the first time, I wanted to share some basics about your sacral chakra and what this space is responsible for, what is related to. And that's your flexibility, creativity, inspiration, relationships, desires, appetite, addictions, karmic patterns, sexuality and sensuality, community, family and tribe, emotional intelligence, healthy social relationships, pleasures and passion, self acceptance and gratitude, fulfillment of desires. So you see why it takes, we spent a week focusing on this energy center. Some of us have spent a whole lot more time than that, but consciously during this 9 chakra spiritual cleanse, in this particular part of it, it's been a week. And we recognize that a week is not enough time because these things that this energy center relates to are what creates our lives. It's what makes us who we are, what we believe ourselves to be. And a lot of us are believing ourselves to be something that we're not. And we haven't gotten to that point of true realization. So in order to get there, you have to unpeel. You have to sit down with yourself. And you have to ask yourself questions. Why are you how you are? And when you start asking those questions, it's going to start popping up. Like, okay, this is why. And your experience is going to reflect that completely. And when you are off the inters of nets, you were able to access that more frequently. You've had the time to spend on the internet. The excuses of, it's my business, it's this, it's that, it's what I'm doing it's my only way to communicate with people. It's, there's so many reasons. There's so many excuses and so many reasons for us to do what we don't want to do. So it's just a matter of you deciding when that time is. And then when you do it, when you do make that decision, then you fill your time with yourself because there's lots to do. There's plenty to do. This is the third energy center that we're working on because we've included the Earth Star Chakra, which is below your feet. We've included the root, which is right at the bottom of your spine, which in people that are just practicing the 7 chakras, they call that one the first one. So for us practicing the 9, we're calling this one the root the second. And so the sacral is the third. And there is a sex chakra that's going to be covered in the podcast of sacred sex coming soon. But the sacral is everything. And the way that it reflects to all of the other energy centers is really important. So, those of you that are here, most of you that are here listening to this, that are in the space, are people who are consciously aware of your sexual abuse and you're healing from that. And that's not something that has ever been stated that that's directly the work that I do or the people that I connect with. But, you are what everything outside is a reflection of me. So it's easy when I talk to people and, I ask them the question, when did the sexual abuse happen? When did, you know, some people don't remember, and some people have blocked it out so much that for them it never happened. But they're still experiencing the residual of the fact that it did happen. And it's in there in the crevices of your subconscious mind. And you're creating it over and over and over again until you look at it. And even when you think you've done it, when you think that, you've cleared things up, something like the 9 chakra spiritual cleanse comes along and tells you, no, you're not done yet. And we're never done. We're never done. There's levels to it. And it's nothing that we have to force. It's something that just happens. I wanted to end this series, and those of you that are in the private study of yourself can always go back and check out all of the cards that we pulled from the chakra reading cards by Rachel Chairman are inside of the private study of yourself inside mastervibration13.com. And I wanted to pull the card number 11 and have that be a focus point for today. And I will read the last one that's on there as well. But, okay. This card is number 11, and it's the card of inspiration. You have called this card unto your awareness today because it is time to get inspired. Find your passion and share it with the world. Inspiration is constantly flowing through and around you at all times and is inviting you to align with and connect to its powerful and creative energy. What inspires you and makes your soul shine? It's time to surround yourself with inspiring people, books, experiences, and anything that infuses you with inspiration. Have you been feeling bored and stale? What do you love to do that brings you creative inspiration? Whatever it is that fills you with energy, it is now time to bring it into your world. When you are driven by inspiration, it brings motivation, joy, and happiness into your being. This wave of energy will bring forth amazing positivity into your world, allowing you to feel content and with a sense of purpose in your life. When you are inspired and living in this vibration, those around you benefit as this state of being is truly infectious and you start to also inspire others. An affirmation that you can say is, inspiration is constantly flowing through me at all times, and I am inspired. Inspiration, and this is me, inspiration is something that a lot of people go looking to be inspired by somebody or something. But inspiration comes from within in the connection that you have with Source. And when you are connected to that Source, the inspiration is infinite. I started today, this session, with a song that came to me to help me remember. And there's so many songs. I have so many songs, you guys. Like, I got, yeah, I got songs upon songs, and I can keep creating. And it's like, I don't get so connected to any things because it's all me. And when I stop creating one thing, I start creating something else. I don't like being stuck in just one thing and doing just one thing forever. It's like my infinite being was something that I recognized and I remembered, my soul remembered before I did. And so I always acted on things. I love spending time with myself. I dance, I sing, I paint, I create. I mean, it's just so much that I do with myself that I'm not, some things I'm comfortable, doing around other people, and I will do that and I will share that, if need be. But there's just a lot of things that I will only do for myself, with myself, and it makes me happy. And I know that there's still extensions of that I could share, like orgone energy batteries is an example of something that I create that I enjoy doing, that I enjoy doing it by myself. I'm in another world when I'm doing it, and it's something that's so fun to me to create for nobody. To not, like, when I'm doing, just creating just to create, that's what I love. The world of orgone energy batteries, I know that it's meant to share and to, share with others the basics on how to do it so they can do it and, get carried away in their own whims of what this energy is and what it does. And I don't want to exploit it. I don't want to have, classrooms with thousands of people just doing it. No, it's, I like it to be how it is and how it was, and I don't want to exploit it. I don't want to, you know, try to make money off of it. When you are the money, when you're an infinionaire, you recognize what it is. So the things that you do is not about the money. It's always for the love. And you do it until it don't feel good no more. Ache. And when it doesn't feel good anymore, you move into what does. And a lot of times that carries things from what you created before. It's an expansion of who you are. I want to say, I want to say to Andre 3000, because this just came in, because Solution was watching something about him and just why he's not in the world anymore, of, or he doesn't feel creative. And I don't even think that this is relevant to him now at this moment. This is just where he was at that time of recording what he did. But it was important for him to talk about the relevance of people feeling like they don't fit in anymore because you're older, because like, I'm 52 years old. And in the world, 52 years old is like, I'm ancient, right? For young people, it's like, oh, that's old. I've had people, call me old, whatever that is, right? But this old thing has an idea in the mind of what that means to people, and that you're not hip and you don't know the slang and you're not. When you are who you are, you're what's hip. I'm the slang. I'm everything. So it's like, I'm not trying to, to try to catch up with the language of the young people, of the this, and to try to fit in places where you're not supposed to, or you don't. I mean, that's just not where it's at. We're supposed to be where we're in harmony, where we feel balanced, where we feel good, where we feel celebrated. It's like, we don't want to force ourselves onto people. And this is why there is a time and a place and a season and a reason and all of these different things, because we do outgrow things in life. And he said something about not wanting to be a 47-year-old rapper. Well, if that's not what you choose, then that's there it is right there. But if that is what you choose, then let it be the greatest thing, because it's just what you are and what you talk about. I mean, you're just such a blessing to the world in any way. You know, even in your so called suffering and depression, you're still a light to others because they recognize your power and your talent and they give you love in wishing that you could really see it fully for yourself for who and what you are. And I know that you have, and I know that you are. So I'm not connected to that my eyes saw on that day that was probably dated or whatever it was. It's about the now. And now, Andre 3000, I send you ache, 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 life force and love. Love to the highest level of what love is. And that's to everyone. Cause I think that the people the entertainment industry, your sacral chakra, has been used and abused constantly and consistently over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And you have been used to put out programming and to make people believe things that you don't because you were contracted to do that. Oh my goodness. I look, I pray for us. I intend that we heal completely. And in that wanting for us to heal completely, that means now and forever. This is a journey that don't stop. Even when the flesh is over, even when your bodysuit is, expired, your soul continues and you go on and on and on. And I'm so grateful for this experience. I'm so grateful for my family, all of my family, my universal family, my soul family, my blood family, my DNA family, which means everybody, right? Doesn't it? Even the people we don't see anymore, or the people we don't connect with, so called connect with anymore, because we're forever connected. There's just a place, and there's like the spider has the web and the web flows in a certain way. That's just what it is. It's always there. It's just a certain way. Sometimes you see it, sometimes you feel it, and sometimes you don't. So I think I hear solution out there. There he is. That's him. Hi, puppy. I'm recording a closing for the sacral because I was inspired. Yeah, I'll go with you. All right. What? How long? Okay. I'm wrapping up. All right. Gonna go move around in the gimnasio. I noticed that throughout this cleanse, I'm very aware of which energy centers I'm working on with the movement that I'm having in my life. If I am in a space where I am uh, listening to someone, I know that I'm operating in my heart chakra, also in my throat chakra, because that is for listening as well as speaking. And my heart and, all of our energy centers are always involved in our actions, but some of them are highlighted in certain times. Like when you're creating and when you're singing, when you're dancing, your aura, if we can imagine that, is in an orange glow. That's what you're reflecting. This is what you're emitting. And so when you're angry, that's why they say when you see in red. When you're angry, you see in red. And so, and this is why, like with your upper chakras, the blues and the and the turquoises and these violet colors are always related to like the higher realms. Everything has a reason. And when you start looking for the reason in everything in yourself, it just makes such a big difference. So I'm gonna leave you guys with the relationship card, and I want to say that we're gonna be the next chakra is the solar plexus, and solar plexus is going to be presented by I Minister Oyeyemi, and I know that she has something fantastic in store. All of us have been taking these energy centers and reflecting with them in our own way. What comes to us. We've been using the guide of the book, because the Rachel Chairman book is a really good book that came a couple years ago, but it came to use it in this way at this time, so that's why we're doing it. But all of the self-healing practitioners have their masters at what they do, and their ways of doing things, and we're all discovering new ways, and about ourselves, and new things about ourselves. So it's been really uh, a fascinating journey, to say the least of it. And just so many gains, even um, through what we see or perceive as losses. They're really gains. They really truly are. So relationships is the last focus point of this energy center. You have attracted this card into your awareness today, as it is a powerful time and opportunity to deepen relationships. Relationships are the way we connect to all things in our world, not just people. This could be a relationship with yourself, your partner, your family, friends, pets, creative projects, your home, and your community. For things to grow, expand, wait, for things to grow, expand, and to be healthy, your relationships need to be fed and nurtured. Now is a good time to see which bonds require some more love and attention, and assess the ones that are not so healthy. Let me start that again. Now is a good time to see which bonds require some more love and attention, and assess the ones that are not so healthy for you at this time. What awareness is required to shift the energy around any challenging relationships? What do you need to assess, or what do you need to express for this relationship to heal? Whether this card relates to your intimate relationships or relationships in general, know that there is great opportunity for growth and connection. Through relationships, you learn about yourself and others. They are an integral and important part of your life's journey. Our relationships teach and mirror many traits back to us. Sometimes this reflection is hard to accept. However, when you are willing to see yourself honestly and work positively with your behavior, then there is huge opportunity for growth. The key is to accept and love every aspect of yourself, and set yourself free from judgment and limitation. There is an abundance of love and healing that comes with a solid, fulfilling relationship. Take time to nurture yourself. It says take time to nurture your relationships, and I just kind of automatically said yourself. But it says take time to nurture your relationships. Put in the energy to allow them to grow and expand into beautiful friendships or deeper connections. It is also a powerful time to create a long lasting, healthy relationship with yourself and be your new best friend. An affirmation that you can say is, my relationships are aligned with my highest good and my soul's purpose. So I want to take uh, this moment and say that my relationships are all healing, especially my relationship with myself, and seeing myself for who and what I am, and releasing all of the things that are not beneficial. And the release is oftentimes painful, and so releasing also means releasing the way that I used to do things, releasing, things that I held on to for so long. And for so long, I've held on to um, what my prior vision of Master Vibration 13 and what that meant to me and what that meant. And so I'm being shown that it's a new vision, and I have to embrace that. So a lot of things are changing. Like this space, this that I have here, this has been a documentation for myself and those that have come along on this journey. I thank you so much. And, you are my family, whether we are connected or not connected anymore. Some people, they connect with me for a time and then they release me, and it's okay. And there's some people that I release, and that's okay, and the whole purpose of mastering your vibration is recognizing how you operate and how you flow. And the goal is to be in a space of balance for yourself, not for me, not for others, but for yourself. So oftentimes, for ourselves, we have to move away from things that are not for our benefit, that are not helping us. And when it's not helping us, that means that ultimately it's not helping nobody. So you have to look out for yourself and you have to do what is best for yourself. And I think it's important to know that when we release things, that doesn't mean that we don't like or we don't love. It just means that we have to release what is not beneficial for the benefit of all. And understanding that is that's a tough one. And I want to take this time to say to anyone that have ever crossed paths with me, if I have caused you any hurt or pain, that it is part of it. Trust and believe it has been on me as well. Like there has been no pain that I've caused that hasn't been felt. It always comes back. It's just the law, the law of cause and effect. It is karma. It is the things that we do. We always pay for them, no matter what, no matter who sees it, no matter who knows. Trust and believe. Universal law is universal law. And it truly is what it is always, no matter the emotion of anybody. My journey is to be self-mastered, is to be self-aware, to know myself, and to have this connection with my creator. I might even change the name of what I call this creative source. This is why when I talk about infinite intelligence, it's just so many names. Dios, Allah, Yahweh, Jesus, everything, the all, the most high. Allah, did I say Allah? I don't want there to be any reasons you know, for us to fight about what is right, because everybody is right in their own way, in their own perspective. It is what you believe. And it doesn't matter how many other people believe the opposite. This is my experience. Because in my experience of what I believe, I find myself very much alone in my thoughts, the only one believing what I believe. And sometimes there's people that are like, oh, yeah, I believe that too, or I get that. Sometimes it's the people in my closest circle. Sometimes my husband gets it too, but not all the time. And that expectation of us needing for so many others to agree with us in what we believe and know, that's played out. Because you could feel good in a group when you're in that group, but then when you're by yourself with your own thoughts and you're the only one that really believes these thoughts, where are you? Are you in a good place? Is it a good place? Or is it a bad place? Are you playing chameleon all the time? Does your life consist of just you being somebody else so that you could feel that you belong to a group, that you're not alone in your thoughts? For me, it's not. For me, I'm most comfortable being who I am all the time. And yes, there are times that I have to bring out a different side of my personality to be present among a certain group of people. And that's been, I've understood that one my whole life. People always used to say, oh, well, you can't be this way or that way. Pick one way to be. It's like, why? There's so many aspects to my personality. How could anybody just be one? And then you're trained that, oh, if you wear glasses, you're a nerd. If you just do this like this, oh, then you're this. Oh, if you're this way, then you can't be that way. Oh, you can only be, it could only be one thing or one way. And then you live your life and you find out that that's not the truth. You live your life and you learn that, wow, after every 7 years, I become a whole new, brand new person, cells and all. Lifetimes happen in the blink of an eye. There's so much. I think I went on a little tangent. That happens a lot when I'm by myself. But I'm going to discontinue my tangent so you can get back to your day and stop listening to this. Go outside and meditate. Be one with nature. Hug a tree. 2 or 3. Look at me rhyming. Being creative. Loving my creativity. Loving myself. Enjoying myself. Giving myself permission to love myself. Doing face yoga. I didn't even know that was a thing. There's a solution for everything. Face yoga, and I'm loving it. And it's making me love myself even more for exactly where I am right now. The relationship that I have with myself is getting better every single day. I'm not afraid to say I'm wrong. I'm not afraid to say that I fucked up. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. Jill Scott, Ache. Loving myself in a different way. It's been a long journey. And everything that I have in my life, I attracted it, including a husband that I feel that is visual perfection. And it's been a call upon myself to really, look at myself and love myself in every moment. Every little, I got little dimples in my legs, dimples in my booty. And it's like, you look at them and it's like, I want to fix it. And in the world of, quick and what you can do and fix it like this, I've always been a big one though on you can fix it yourself. You can carve your own body. So my solution is always, damn, I gotta do more squats, but I don't want to live in that anymore where it's like I'm looking at myself and it's always something that I gotta fix, because it is always something I gotta fix. And I think that even if it was, quote unquote perfect, like what is perfect, but I would still be looking for something to fix because that's the program. And it has been the program, a constant one that lives in the subconscious mind. So you don't see it until you're looking at it and you still don't know what it is. You're just saying, I need to fix this because look at these titties hanging. Oh, I need to do more chest presses. And yeah, I mean, there's a solution for everything, but that's really not the solution. The solution is to look at yourself and be grateful for what you have. And that doesn't mean that you don't do the chest press or that you don't do these things, but know that it goes with just loving you for how you are in this very moment, right now, with the saggy titties, all of that. There's things that come with age, and there's things that come with maturing, and there's things that don't have to come. I know that too, but there is a balance. And when you're spending, all the time that you do look in the mirror just looking at the flaws, that's not a good life. And it's like, as so many of you believe me to be so powerful in my confidence and all of these things, I'm confident, but I also have those things that I have to work on in loving myself just despite the flaws. It's something I work on every day, because it's like you're being presented with a new you that you have to love every day. And what does that look like? And what are you really good with? And what are the things that you're not good with? And why are you not good with them? This is the work that we do in the sacral. And it's a continuous work. It does not stop. I don't care how many certificates you got. It doesn't stop. You don't stop healing this. It's lifetimes and lifetimes of energy accumulated in these spaces that we carry with us. And I'm doing work now for my next incarnation. In my next incarnation, or my next evolution, it might not even be in a body. But if it is, let me stop. See, I immediately go to, oh, it's going to be like this. And I'm going to have, I draw this goddess, and I've drawn pictures of what I look like to myself in my mind. The goddess that I draw in so many boxes in so many places. The golden goddess has always been an image of how I see myself. And so it's so interesting to have this vision so strong and to feel like you can never really access it in the flesh. And what I'm knowing is that it's been who I've been, and I've drawn her in a lot of different shapes too. And it's been me all the time. And I've come in so many different forms and so many different shapes. And in this life, I came in as a little thicky icky, and it's been this way. And I've been, fighting it for so long. And it started when you go to a quote unquote doctor and they tell you, oh, you're 5 feet, no inches. You're supposed to weigh 114 pounds. I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I weighed 114 pounds, probably maybe when I was like, I don't know, 11, maybe, and it's just something that stays with you because of who it comes from. And guess where it gets rooted in? It's rooted in your sacral energy space, where it's where the things that you believe about yourself, the things that you think yourself, that's where it sits at. And then you bring it down further by rooting it into your root chakra. Now you've been feeling it in your sacral so much that that's just who you are, that's just what you believe, that's, the body that you're in is the wrong body. And you believe that so strongly that you become rooted in that belief system, and now it's part of your DNA. So now it's existing there in the root. And then it exists there so deeply in the root that it seeps through to your energy centers that go outside of your body, your earth star chakra. So it's there, and it's there sitting there in the root, believing that you're in this nothingness and this just space of just poorness, just poverty. And so then you connect with all of those other ancestors that believe the same thing, and that gets seeped into, that's still those thoughts, that energy is still existing somewhere. It doesn't just stop because you're not in this world anymore. Why do you think we burn ancestor money? Why do you think we revere our ancestors so much and we give them life? Because we know that even in so-called death, those things of the soul that you carried are still with you. That is what they call a hell. Because when you die and you're broke and your thoughts were just all low vibrating, just because your flesh left the soul, or because your soul left the flesh, it doesn't mean that it's over. It's ongoing and forever. And this is why these stories of hell with these souls, just reaching and wanting, that's all part of it. Because people recognize the truth of these things and they come out. It comes out in art. It comes out in music. It comes out in poetry. It comes out in so many ways. Hell, what is hell? What is hell? You know what hell is. You take yourself there all the time. I know you do. I know I'm a professional at taking myself to hell, but I've become quite the master of taking myself out. So I know what it looks like. I know what it is. I know when it's expressed in a lot of different ways. It's like, oh yeah, they've been there. They know hell. Yep. And only you can get yourself out of that. So this energy that we're creating here right now, that stays in our soul, we're carrying it for all lifetimes, forever and ever. So ache to the ancestors that left with that poverty conscious mentality. We're breaking that. That's all done now. That's over. It's a whole new day, a whole new way. And we are doing it now and forevermore. We always have been. We're just amplifying it now louder, louder, and louder. And don't think that just because you don't have a YouTube channel, a Instagram or whatever, that nobody's watching. Look, my channel's on social media, on YouTube, and yeah, the presence is still out there. You can find me out there still, and you'll see that it's like she got 40 views, she got 3 views, well, I always got a little more than 3, but still, low numbers like 40, 10, 80, 100, so that's what it is in that world. But in the world, in the meta world, in the metaphysical world, in the world that is connected to everything, and even the world that says it's just 40 and 50, it's an infinite source. It's an infinite number. You can't even count it. That's why I'm an infinionaire. That's what being an infinionaire is all about. You recognize what it is. And the numbers that you see with your eyes mean nothing. What is running? What are the numbers that are running through you, inside of you? What is flowing in you? What is the energy? What is the number of the frequency that you're vibrating? What is that? Because that is what matters. I'm going to leave y'all with that. And I'm going to leave y'all with my song. And I'm going to sing it with y'all. Sing it. I cheer to the ancestors. Check it out. When I feel the sound of music vibrating in me, I take hold of the energy and ride the frequency. My soul makes the melody of my life, so I must sing. Every tune that comes through me brings balance to my being.